Okay, so we're going to convert the square millimeter to square meter. So Excel can actually get an equation in a cell where you start with your equal sign and you want to divide this by a value. And let's start first by placing the value here. So you said 1,000, right? So by 1,000, so there's 1,000 right there. I'm going to start a formula in D3, cell D3, with an equal symbol. And I'm going to say this cell, which is C3, I want to divide that. So there's that divide symbol. And I will point to C1. So I want to divide that by C1. And I get this value. But this is in dollars, so I just want the comma right there. So again, highlight this, comma style. Now, this is 34,000 square meter. That doesn't look right. So by 1,000 is not, I think, correct. So maybe add what? I think it should be by a million. 1, 2, 3, enter, and there you go. 34 square meters. So 34 million square millimeter is 34 square meter, and you do that by dividing it by a million. Okay? So the formula is F2 to get the see the function for the formula is C3, or the value in cell C3 is divided by the value in C1. Okay? Now, you can actually copy this downward. So copy, Control C, and highlight the range. And then hit enter. And you get some error and some weird numbers here. So what happened? Well, when you copy down the formula, F2, it actually brings the cell also to the next row. So C3 became C4, which is perfect. But then C2, right? C1 here became C2. And in C2, you actually don't get the 1 million value, you get the text area in square millimeter. Now, I don't want that. I want it to always divide my value in the C column with the value in an absolute cell, which is C1. How do I do that? Well, here, you can place your cursor near C1 and type the dollar symbol. So dollar before the column C, and then dollar before the column, the row 1. If you do that, notice that if I copy this, bring it down, and hit enter, okay, it always maintain the divisor to be the value in C1, which is actually nice. Okay. Now, another way of doing this, let me delete that. Another way and faster way of doing this is place your cursor near C1 and then hit the F4 button. See, notice what happens if I hit the function key 4 button. It types the dollar symbol in front of the C and the 1. So that's actually easy. And once I have done that, I can copy this now, go and select the range by holding down the shift key and down arrow and hit enter. And now each of this will use the divisor in C1, because the $C$1 symbol says that you always would like to divide this by the value in C1. Okay? So $C or the dollar symbol allows you to do that. make an absolute cell value for the divisor. Okay. Now, notice that for the value here in front, C3, right? Notice that it goes down a row each time you copy it. So that's actually nice. And here, you always divide it by C1. Okay, so kindly do that. Try it in whatever square millimeter area you have. And you can always copy this function or equation down to your stairs. And when you put in your value here, the equation will be updated.